It's Black History Month. Hello, my name's Odessa Esco, and welcome to part 21 of my Black History Month series. This is going to be a story time about when I did use my voice in the face of racism. As I've mentioned, I feel like a lot on my channel. I grew up in a small white town, Guelph, Ontario, Canada. Look it up. It's like the safest city in Canada, but it's not safe from racism. I was in a grade 11 or grade 12, I believe, economics class. Me and one other person were Black people. Everybody else were white people. You know, we're in grade 12. I've gone to school with these peers for a while. I've never really thought they understood the Black struggle or had a strong grasp of what it's like to be not white, but I did consider many of them my friends. This is important to note because this story is about a racist teacher, yes, but also ignorant peers. I don't even know why, but he brings up, slavery. I don't know what it had to do with economics. And he says, oh yeah, like slavery, Black people had a choice. Slavery was a choice. Like none of them had to become slaves. They could have killed themselves. I immediately was sick to my stomach, but I'm a young person. I'm not who I am now. I don't have the confidence that I do now. I really felt gaslit my whole education, honestly. A bunch of white people telling you constantly that racism doesn't exist or not acknowledging it at all makes it really hard for you to stand up in moments of actual racism because you're like, is this racism or am I being a sensitive Black person? Am I not letting go of the past? That is the energy that comes in a lot of white small towns. Like, don't bring that over here. You're complaining when you're pointing out racism. So I let the class go. I don't say anything. But immediately after class, me and the other Black person were friends. Of course, there's only like 5 Black people in the entire school, and we're all friends or in alliance with each other, at least. So me and Akwazi, shout to Akwazi, real one. Me and him are speaking, and I was like, did you hear what that man said? He was like, of course. I was like, so we're dropping the class, right? He's like, of course. We know that there's no point in speaking to him. He looked us in the eyes, like I'm being serious. He made a point to stare at the only Black kids in the classroom while he said it, as if, try me. Disgusting. And he's an older person, not even just an educator, but an older, mature person. Just for a reference of time, this is like 2012, 2011, something like that. It's not the times we're living in now. It's not post Black Lives Matters protests. It's nothing like that. So it's really even more confusing. People really don't address racism at all in Canada, at least where I was. So when we decided to drop the class, we went to the guidance counselors, got our drop forms, and we dropped the class together and in front of our peers. So we went in, we gave Mr. Tozer our drop forms. He looked at them. He's like, okay. And then we left. That's it. That's what we did. Tell me why my friend came to me in another class or maybe outside waiting for the buses. This is somebody I thought was like my boy, like we were friends. I was bringing up the comment. I was like, I can't believe he said that. And he's like, yeah, but you guys are really rude for dropping the class in front of everybody like that. My mind was blown. It's not like I didn't consider this person a friend anymore. I just realized that there's only so much friendship I can have with a non-Black person or a non-white person that doesn't really respect and truly understand racism. That comment to him didn't strike as rude, but 2 Black people feeling so uncomfortable and so disgusted in our teachers, our educators, our authority figures' actions towards us and our people, we had to drop the class, remove ourselves from education because the educator was racist. That didn't occur to him at all. Instead, We were the rude ones for dropping the man's class in front of everybody. He said that comment in front of everybody. He could have stayed at home, said it in the mirror, whispered it into his little pillow. He could have said the N-word out loud in his home. Nobody would have known. But he decided to take this to a group of young people and share this nasty, disgusting thought. And from that day forward, I really focused on having Black and brown people and non-white people in my life, like actively building those relationships, actively building that community. Because as much as I can smile and laugh with a white person, when it comes down to it, 9 out of 10, not everybody, I do have some really great ride or die white people who are not just allies, but my true friends, and like truly do the work to decenter themselves, and they understand what's going on in society to a point where I can respect them and let them into my world. And it's mutual. There was no mutual respect in what I was experiencing between my peers in that moment. And that was a lesson I needed to learn, and I carried with me throughout the rest of my education and my life. I hope this story inspired you to, use your voice and highlight that sometimes it's not your voice, it's sometimes removing your voice that causes change and impacts people. I know my presence was missed, and I know that us leaving the way we did stuck with those peers and that teacher. They definitely felt like something was wrong. They definitely felt guilt. They didn't know where to put it. I think that's why they put it back on us. Like, you're rude. No, you feel bad. You feel bad because you don't know how to understand that what the teacher said was wrong and that you should be mad at him. Again, shout out to Akwazi. I hope you're having a beautiful, lovely life. I hope you get everything you deserve. I will never be able to thank you for being in solidarity enough. No hesitation. He was like, yeah, we're dropping this class. Like, no hesitation. And I appreciate it as I go into the world and I find a lot of racist Black people. Like my previous story about the Black Egyptian. Not every Black person or non-white person is fighting white supremacy. And that's just the truth. Everybody has their own life journey, and I respect that. So I'm not angry at anybody, but I really do appreciate other Black people, especially, who want to come together, who want community, and want to be in solidarity. Leave some of your stories down below where you did use your voice in, awkward or difficult times. I know sometimes it's dangerous and you cannot do anything, but if there was a moment where you could have said something and you did, I would love to hear about it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Stay cute. Bye.